So here I am in TinkerCAD and I'm going to show you all how to make a cup. So step one, we got to decide what kinds of shapes make up a cup. And if we were to divide a cup up into its components, and specifically a mug, we could describe it as a cylindrical shape with a half circle extending out the side of it. And that half circle right here is going to be the handle for our mug. So in order to create a mug, we're first going to create the dimensions of the cup itself. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to orient the handle in a vertical position by right-clicking and orbiting to the side, selecting one of the three arrows, this one here, pressing and holding and moving it to a 90-degree position. What I then want to do is click on any part of the shape which is not one of these white boxes, or this arrow, which if I press and hold moves it up and down. And I want to move this shape slightly into my cup and then raise it up to a point that I like. I'm then going to resize the object and continue moving it around till I get the form I like, and that's about good. You can spend a long time adjusting your form. Alright, so then what I'm going to want to do is merge these two shapes together, and in order to do that I'm going to highlight everything and I'm going to select group up in the top right. The mug is going to turn one solid color, meaning that when I click it I'll move everything around with it, as opposed to if I don't group it. I'm going to back up till it's not grouped and I try and move something, it moves the individual component itself. So I'll group it back together. What I then want to do is create the hole in my mug, and for that I'm going to drag in another cylindrical shape. I'm going to change its color to yellow just so I can keep track of what I'm doing a little bit better. I'm going to move it into my mug. I'm going to position it in an orientation where it will best represent what should be an open hole shape. What I then need to do is indicate to TinkerCAD that this is indeed a hole, a shape which should cut out its own form within the cup by selecting the yellow shape and then hole. Notice how it becomes see-through. I'm then going to highlight everything again and say group, and then when it's finished saving you'll see that a hole appears. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put our name on our cup, and there's a pretty easy way to do this. The work plane, and that's what we call this blue thing under our mug, is now in a horizontal position, but what we probably need to do is move it into a vertical orientation so we can write our name on the side of our cup. So I'm scrolling in and out right now with the mouse wheel. So I'm going to click on the right toolbar and drag in the work plane and move it into a position where I'm expecting to lay down some letters. Just about there. What will happen now is every time I drag in a shape, it's automatically going to move onto the new work plane, which is vertical. So I'm just going to type in a simple, some letters to spell my name, my first name, which is Kit. You all need to call me Mr. Footage though. And then I'm going to resize my name. I'm then going to move it slightly to the side, and then I'm going to sink it in using the arrow. And then also bring it down slightly. Now you'll notice that part of the letters are extending out into the hollow space, and this isn't what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this right now. Now that the letters are in place, I'm going to move the work plane back to its original position, first by clicking the grid up in the top right, pressing holding the work plane and moving it back to where it once was. I'm then going to highlight our mug. I'm going to ungroup it so the whole shape is there again, and then I'm going to highlight everything again, this time including the letters, and then I'm going to say group. And what will happen is now when we look into the internal portion, the letters are no longer there, but you can see that the I is missing, so I'll select the mug once again, undo it. I'm going to select the individual letters by clicking on the K, holding down Shift to select multiple things. and then move this slightly outside of the cup region. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to highlight everything once again and group it. And there you go, there's my mug with my name on it.